Okay, hang on. I gotta mute myself.
Bats. The animals shall inherit the earth. In the absence of humans wandering the streets of New York, the city's wildlife have emerged as the apex species in town, specifically in the wilds of Union Square Park, dead center in the urbanized concrete canyons of Midtown South. In the absence of humans, wild songbirds, majestic birds of prey have all taken over the 6.5-acre patch of greenery. Robins, cardinals, blue jays, catbirds, mourning doves, grackles, downy woodpeckers, and the red-tailed hawk has returned to his 10-story perch on the East 16th Street skyscraper across Park Avenue. Friday evening, just before sundown, a tiny black bird, not much larger than a moth, flits erratically about the east passive lawn, changing direction seemingly at will, swooping down not 6 feet above my head, disregarding Governor Cuomo's solemn imprecation concerning social distancing. The trio of Latina teen girls sitting at the far end of the line of wooden park benches notices it first. Oh my fucking God, it's a fucking bat! As it lands on the huge trunk of the towering American elm behind them, clinging to the shaggy bark by the claws of its wings and feet before heading right for the faces of an adult Latino couple on the bench opposite. That's how it all began, the middle-aged man shouts as he ducks his head to avoid the bat's flight path. Was it correct? Was that how it all began? The whole pandemic, the whole lockdown, the social distancing, the quarantine, the concession of the city streets from the human beings to the animal kingdom? Some hungry Wuhan city resident purchasing a live fruit bat at a local wet market to bring home for his or her dinner that night? What was a bat doing flying around during daylight hours? You ever notice those swarms of tiny gnats, midges, clustering a cloud of winged insects in a shaft of light from the setting sun at twilight? Yeah, they're all over my head up here at the end of the day. Well, that's dinner for the New York little brown bat. That's a feast for his little insectivore stomach. He's an insect eater, unlike the fruit-eating giant bats on sale in Asian wet markets. You usually don't notice them in the city. The people scare them off. Now that the city residents have shut themselves up, like so many hibernating badgers in a burrow, the bats brazenly come out in daylight to feed. I've seen them before in Central Park and out in the wilds of Bayside, Queens, but never in Union Square Park before. You gotta be careful with those bats. Aren't they dangerous? Don't they all have rabies? Yeah. Supposedly, 97% of bats in New York State are positive for rabies. I know because I used to vaccinate outdoor field workers from the Environmental Protection Agency, the Fish and Wildlife Service, the Agricultural Department, where I was working as a federal employee nurse before I retired. But the rabies virus is in their urine, not their bite. And that bat didn't piss on my head, at least, not that I noticed.